Shemaidik. Shemaida lagen Buddhistagen. Oh, you're Yiddish. Oh, Shemaida lagen Buddhistagen. Remember you? Oh. Bang! Let's fucking go! Cheers. And bring the spaghettis with me. Because I'm a real ass. Can you explain the trade one more time? I still don't get it. Absolutely, bro. I'm waiting for someone to ask me this. Okay. So you got to go back to the daily bias, right? What was our bias? If I look at the daily candle, okay, what does this look like? Does this look like we're going to come back up at any time, right? If I look at the daily candle, look at this shit. Shit looks like it's just straight dumpage, right? So just off of that, just off the 4-hour time frame, look at the 4-hour. We came up, we made a move up. What happened? We completely inversed that entire move on the 4-hour time frame, and we have now created 4-hour bearish structure. Okay, we have inversed any move up that we have tried to make. Look, even earlier in the month, we made this whole choppy move up just to get to this order block right here and then dump all the way back down. Okay, so we're clearly in a higher time frame bearish trend. And not only are we in a bearish trend, but notice something about the bearish trends. When we are dumping extremely clean and fast. Okay, look at this chop. Look how long it took us to get from 6807 to 6982. Okay, this point, how many points is this? Let me see. Whatever. It took us from this day, Tuesday 17, to Wednesday 25th. So it took us an entire week to get from point A to point B. Now, I want you to see how long it took us to get from point B right back down to point C, right? It literally took us 2 days. So if this is point A and this is point B, it took a week to get from here to here, okay? And then it only took 2 days to get from this point to right back down to where we started, okay? That tells you which, like, not only does it matter where we go, but what also matters, and this is not a concept that I fucking created, this is something that these guys from Italy that I've been talking to are actually putting me onto, matters how fast we get there. How fast we get there says a lot about the markets, right? So we made this entire move in only 2 days. Okay, then we came up, little retracement, immediately came back down, reversed this move super strongly. So just off that, I come into the morning with a very strong bearish bias. Now, what do I see? If I look at the hourly time frame, I see that ES came down and swept this low. Okay, look at this low right here. Huge draw on liquidity. Okay, this blue line, huge draw on liquidity. In pre-market, during London session, we came down and we took out that low on ES, but not on NQ. So we have a bullish SMT on the higher time frame. So what does that mean for me? Does it mean that I am now automatically bullish on the day? No. But what it does mean is that I'm going to wait for a retracement, something solid, before executing shorts, because if I were to just take shorts right away, they would be low probability with an active SMT on the higher time frame. So what do I need? I need an extra confirmation, an extra liquidity sweep before I can consider price to go all the way back down. So what happened? At market open, what did NQ do? Pumped all the way up and took out this hourly low right here. I mean, this hourly high, sorry. Took out this hourly high, okay? That same hourly high is right here on ES. We did not come up and sweep these hourly highs on ES. So now we got a liquidity sweep on the hourly time frame, a retest of a 2-hour bearish gap, you add an hourly liquidity sweep, and you add the fact that we have an SMT at this hourly liquidity sweep, which is inside of a higher time frame bearish gap. You put those three things together, and you put a 1 minute inverse to the downside after seeing everything that we saw, after the liquidity sweep, after the retest of the higher time frame bearish gap, after the SMT formed, we got a 1 minute inverse to the downside, right? We were waiting for this 2 minute. It didn't happen. We saw the 1 minute. It was even cleaner. So what did we do? Entered shorts right there, right? Shorts off that 1 minute inverse, targeting this morning low. I think this was London low right here. I'm excited about price action. This is the first trade that I've taken this month. Let's keep at it, right? It's a beautiful way to start the month. Hopefully we continue to push this way. It still didn't make sense to me because we didn't retrace high enough. I thought we would get a retrace back to London highs. Is that a valid thought process? So absolutely, it's a valid thought process, but you need to read in between the lines, right? Because again, it's not just about it's not just about where we go. It's also about how we get there. Okay? This is the concept that I was telling you about, how long it takes to make these moves. You said we didn't go up far enough, but how did we go up? We went up right at market open, okay, between 9:30 and 9:40, okay, where 9:30, 9:35 is the highest level of manipulation that you'll see throughout the day, right? Sometimes it's the delivery, sometimes it's the manipulation, but from 9:30 to 9:40, you will always catch the biggest movement and high volatility manipulation moves. So that move happened right at 9:30. Also, what else happened? We came up and swept those hourly highs only on NQ. So when you think about where did we go, we went to sweep those highs, which was part of the daily bias that I did coming in the morning. I said I want to see a sweep of these hourly highs and then a retracement down. So that happened, right? That was one of my conditions. If you were on at 9:20, we went over that. Then the how, again with the how, not only did we come up to sweep this hourly high, but we created a bearish SMT at that hourly high. Then we had a little retracement and we even came back up again and still didn't take out that hourly high. So 2 failed attempts to take out that hourly high tells me that this SMT on the hourly time frame is most likely going to hold, right? So if it's going to hold, do I want to short or do I want to wait for price to go even higher? Clearly, this is holding. Clearly, we are respecting this level. Look at what happened. We came up to this level. What did price do? Dump. Then it came back up, swept the internal high, still didn't retrace all the way up to the hourly, and then it dumped again. So we got 2 attempts to go up, both rejected, clean inverse to the downside, SMT still intact on the hourly time frame. We got the liquidity sweep we needed and then pushed back down. So it's not wrong for you to say that London high. If London highs got swept, it would have been an even better entry. I agree with you. It would have been an even better entry. But that wasn't the case. And sometimes you got to decide, am I going to wait for the most perfect of perfect entries, or am I going to react to what market is doing in live time, right? So both options are great, right? Don't think that because you wanted to wait for London highs to get swept and it didn't, that is a bad thought process, because that's incorrect. That is a great thought process, okay? That is the better option. That is the better thought process. But sometimes you got to feel it, right? Sometimes I don't react to what market is doing and I wait for my bias to get hit and my conditions to get hit, and sometimes it doesn't happen, right? But today I had that feeling where I was feeling good about everything happening. I felt confident about the trade, so I acted on it. But do not tell yourself that, oh, I'm an idiot for wanting to wait for London highs, because that is a great way to think about things. That is correct as well as this trade was correct. You waiting for London highs would have been correct as well. Okay, because that would have been a higher probability trade. Stick to your bias and only react if that plays out. Then with time, you'll build your own discretion and you'll build your own confidence. Oh, why wasn't it a break-even trade? Because for me, I was basing it off this 5-minute close, okay? So what ended up happening is, where was my thought process was, okay, we have these equal lows that are the obvious closest target, right? I could go break even here, but let me wait and see if we close below these equal lows, or if we wick them. If we wick them and move up, I'm gonna go break even. But if we close below these lows, I'm confident price is gonna continue lower. So by the time we came down and actually swept these equal lows, the 5-minute was about to close. I went on the 5-minute, waited 10 more seconds after the sweep, and I saw that the 5-minute fully closed below these lows, super strong close. That gave me the confirmation that I needed to not go break even. Price came up, tapped into this 2-minute bearish gap, and then immediately came right back down to grab this liquidity that we had marked out right here. Yeah, I didn't go break even because I was so confident in the draw on liquidity. I was so confident in the way that we were delivering. Sometimes it's just delivering better, right? Like, who created the SMT at this low? Who took out this weekly low before the other one did? Yes. Who has the SMT? Who is more bearish than bullish right now? Is it NQ, who came up and swept hourly high, or is it ES that rejected those hourly highs 3 times? Right? Who delivered to the shorts yesterday faster? Did NQ get here first, or did ES get here? ES got here and NQ didn't even get there at all. So am I going to take shorts off of NQ or ES? ES. Am I going to take longs off of NQ or ES? NQ. NQ is clearly more bullish, right? So be able to make that distinction. It will be extremely helpful. There's no reason why you guys should be, oh no, I only trade NQ, as if like it's cheating on your fucking girlfriend if you trade ES, bro. Like, it ain't that deep, right? Just, it's about technical analysis. There's no point why, if you trade futures, you shouldn't be okay with switching from one contract to another. You good? Bro, I'm telling you guys right now, watch what happens to price once we hit 600-700. And this isn't even trying to be funny. Con pesto rosso? You mean tomato sauce? Bro, I'm about to knock this kid out. I'm actually eating pasta alla matriciana. Bro, not even trying to be funny. At 6,700, we're going to see some pumpage. I need to... Hold up a sec. Hold up a sec. Why 6,700? Because did some technical analysis, which I cannot reveal, that tells me that's gonna fucking rip. It might not be instantaneous, but I think we're gonna see a lot of volume come into the market once we hit that level. Which one? 186. Dude, I have too many accounts right now. It's actually overwhelming. Yes, it's about an in versus 5 minute, bro. Shit honestly looks pretty fire. But NQ is still lagging. Still lagging behind. Let's see if this 5 minute gets inversed on yes. Where would take profit even be? It'd probably be... No, honestly, I don't like this. There's no like unfilled gaps other than the 4 hour, which would be good targets, but it'd be pretty sketch. That 5 minute, yeah, it did get inversed. It's a good forward test. You know, I mean, the risk to reward is insane. Yield 1 to 3 would not be bad. But I don't know. I'll forward test it. I'm not really trying to put more capital on the table today. All right. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to make sure to go edit that trade recap, upload all of the explanations on YouTube. And thanks. And yeah, I'll see if this forward test plays out, but definitely not putting any more capital on the table for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Make sure to watch the YouTube trade recaps, guys. They're extremely helpful. So let me know. Alrighty, peace out. Love you guys. Thank you, bro. Thank you, guys. Peace out, guys. All right, so after the AM trade, I was done trading my fundeds, but I still had all these new evals that I wanted to pass. So what I ended up waiting for was to see if 11 a.m. was going to bring a reversal, right? Because a lot of the time, whatever happens during New York session in the morning, 11 a.m. will reverse that move, right? So during New York session, what did we do? We dumped, we caught shorts out of this, right? We caught those shorts on ES. And what happened was that we ended up making, if I show you ES, right, where we took our short this morning. Oh shit, what happened there? Okay, so we ended up creating 5-minute bullish structure. Okay, we ended up creating 5-minute bullish structure. I thought this was going to get inversed, but sorry, this ended up not getting inversed, this 5-minute bullish gap. And then I was like, okay, we're respecting 5-minute bullish structure. We have pretty good targets above, right? We have a 30-minute unfilled bearish gap above. We have these hourly highs that we just created right here. And then we also have all of these stacked highs on NQ, right? So what I was waiting for was, okay, we just got confirmation that we're respecting 5-minute bullish structure on ES. We also inverse this 5-minute bearish gap with nothing preventing it from going up higher. So once we got that confirmation, as I said earlier in the day, right, if we're going to take shorts, I'm taking them on ES. ES is delivering lower faster. If we're going to take longs, I'm going to take them on NQ, right? Why is that? Because NQ is delivering up faster. ES is delivering down faster. So I waited for a 1-minute inverse. I waited for the highest time frame inverse that we had on NQ after ES tapped into the 5-minute bullish gap, and that happened to be this 1 minute right here. So crazy risk to reward, right? 1 minute inverse right here was my entry, and then my first take profit was this internal high right here. And then I didn't actually end up taking profit because we were pumping up so well and we closed above that high. So instead of sorry, this was hourly liquidity. Okay, instead of taking profit here, what I did is I moved my stop up, right? So once we hit that internal high right there, I moved my stop up to this 1 minute low, right? So I'll show you guys my stop. I'll represent it as this red line, okay? Once we hit this hourly high, moved my stop here. Then we kept pushing up. We, at this point, right, what did I want to see? I wanted to see this hourly high get hit right here. So once that got hit, I moved my stop where? Right there, that 1 minute close, right? Expecting price to keep pushing up higher. Price pushed up higher, hit this last little stacked wick that I wanted to see get hit, right? Because we had 1, 2, and 3 stacked highs. So once it hit this last stacked high that was right here, I moved my stop up even higher as I possibly could. I went on to the 30-second and I saw, okay, where's the 30-second low? Right here, we closed this 30-second body right here, and that is where my trailed stop ended up getting hit. So hit huge 1 to 5 risk to reward on this 1 minute inverse all the way down here, and just trailed my stop continuously because we kept closing so strong. We were delivering so strong. I didn't want to just full close at this internal high. I decided to trail my stop and then hit that, and we ended up banking a huge amount, bro. Like, actually something that I'm not even used to hitting. We banked for 20,700 across all the. After we hit the short in the morning, I took my fundeds off and then just kept trading the evals and passed almost all of them. So yeah, great day today.